twisting, turning. That's a penalty, is it? No, he's still going. Oh, how about that? How about that?
Two friends, two minds, and one love for Arsenal Football Club. You are now listening to the Cod and Two Minds podcast.
Meanwhile, Shevin weaves his way through.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the podcast, Cod and Two Minds. I'm E. Marshall, and you know that big man over there. Excuse me. Losing weight every day. Look at you.
Oh,
did you know?
Did you know?
Come on. What have you been listening to Rogan podcast? I mean, what are you doing?
I used to listen to Rogan until about 2 days ago, and then, I had to draw the line.
Right. What happened? I'm out of the loop. What happened?
Oh, he what he did was he agreed with somebody that was kind of making a point how white guys, comedian, was saying how white guys have to they kind of got to watch everything they say.
Right.
And then Rogan kind of made a point like, there's something to what you're saying. I understand why, I see where you're coming from. Oh,
not good.
Backlash.
Because
Rogan is part of the evening news now. Right.
He's an important guy.
On what went on in Rogan today.
He's an important guy.
Yeah.
A pot smoking UFC commentator, comedian,
right? Who takes a lot of pills, a lot of supplements, and I don't know where you land on that, but there's only so many supplements I think a body should be taking.
Well, yeah, and it's coming out of his pores. You know what I mean? It's looking, a little puffy. Anyway, that's Fitz, ladies and gentlemen.
I want to
AKA
say hi to Rogan, though. Much respect. I got a lot of respect for you.
Yeah. Hey, whatever. Shout out to that's AKA at Guna Rush right there. That's Fitz. He's on the Joe Rogan fitness program, and it's working out brilliantly. I mean, look at you.
Thank you.
Look at you.
Thank you. I won't bother you guys with numbers and all.
Yeah,
that, things are going great.
We could see it. We could see it, dude. You look good. I'm working on my fitness. I bought some high protein cereal. It's marketed as cereal for kids, but for adults.
Magic Spoon.
Yeah,
Magic
Spoon. And let me tell you, I've been farting like a racehorse for about 2 weeks now. whatever they put in it to make it high protein and less sugar is destroying my asshole. So I just want to leave that out there. Shout out to Magic Spoon, sending me 4 little baby boxes for $50. Appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. And,
this
go
is
ahead.
Once again, folks, behind the scene.
Yeah.
Oh, you get it? Behind the scene. Yeah. Okay. All right.
Anyway, enough of the foolishness. Arsenal. I just want to say I almost went to sleep during this match, but I stayed awake. I fought through it, and I'm glad I did. We traveled to Crystal Palace. It's a London derby, and Arsenal win 3-1. It took us a while, but what are some of your thoughts, Fitz? We're coming down the stretch, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm gonna tell you,
it's a struggle.
A weird thing about lineups.
Yeah,
I had kind of a note that had less to do with Arsenal's lineup and more to do with Crystal Palace's.
Mm-hmm.
Is I made note that Benteke was on the pitch today.
Oh, pointy head Belgian. Go ahead.
Which if I remember roughly, the last few times we've played them, he hasn't started. They bring him off the bench and they kind of use him late, but he hasn't started. But Benteke is absolutely the kind of guy I don't like Arsenal playing against.
Right. He's a complete handful for any type of center back we
so
have.
rough and just thick and solid,
And that head. There's something
the
going
header
on.
is dangerous.
There's something going on with the shape of his head. I've never seen anything like it. Isn't that what when they used to use the little, what are they called, to pull the baby out? And
The little snips or
right. I think
little clamps.
I think they clamped down too much on his shit. But that's part of his superpowers. That's how he's able to get in there and get those headers in there. And yeah, you're absolutely right. He's a handful, and he's been out of form for about 2 years now.
Yeah.
And he's just been recently scoring goals. And of course, you knew he was going to score against Arsenal just because he was in the mood.
You can kind of see it
in comparison to Abba. If you look at the way Benteke played down the middle, and then you look at the way Abba played, there's a huge difference. One of them is fighting probably for a new contract or something, and the other one is just kind of like, And even the announcers like, maybe that fool still got malaria. I don't know. He had me dying with that. He's like, I've had it too, and it's nothing to. Giving them all kind of.
He was being frank.
Right, giving them all kind of excuses, like, it's. But anyway, enough of that shit.
Man, I'm gonna tell you what scared me about the Abba situation is the look on his face lately.
Right.
He seems to. I'm gonna give you a rough example of what I'm thinking, but he seems to have a look on his face like, I got y'all by the nuts.
Right.
If I want to stay here and just play this out and collect my money, I'll do it.
Right.
So somehow, I don't know, but he's not dialed in.
No.
On the same level of the rest of the team.
There's
or at least the attackers that play with him,
Clearly a lack of hunger. Being portrayed by Abba, and you could tell by the way that he doesn't even throw an S curl in his hair now. He just picks it up and he just goes on about his business. He don't do his eyebrows no more, so he's clearly not in the mood anymore. He's not.
Yeah, when I don't know miss one of these Hollywood, tries and stuff like that, I must admit that it used to kind of bug me that he would just be bouncing away smiling back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
But it's kind of opposite now. Like he looks all like I don't know what he's mad at. Like the ball wasn't perfect for him to do it, or
right,
damn it, maybe he's frustrated at himself, but it just doesn't come off that way. It comes off like he's mad at people or something. Or
he plays. He's playing the game now like he doesn't want to play down the middle. It's like, what I mean? Like he's angry about playing down the middle.
Yeah,
I mean?
yeah. Like
he seems like
trying to make this point. Like
he seems like he's like, man, I got to play down the middle. His attitude out there. And there was a chance late in the game when the game was still tied. I know we're all over the place, but come on, there's 2 games left. Crystal Palace. Like, stop it.
We just chit-chatting game now.
Stop it. There was a cross late by Chambers, beautiful cross, and instead of going, maybe diving header or kicking it with his left foot, he just kind of flicked out his right foot and tried to score with the side of his right foot. The game's tied. We need these points if we have any hope for 7th, and that's the effort he's given. And then after that, you see Martinelli, which the whole goal was pure effort. And, some wonderful class by Odegaard to spot it and put the cross in place. But as far as the goal being scored, Martinelli, he just wanted it. He wanted that goal, and he got it to make it 2-1. So there's clearly a difference in aggressiveness and hunger with Abba right now. Like, it's not there. And I don't care what anyone says.
Yeah.
It's just not there. And it could be malaria. He could still have malaria, but then, you got to look at the medical staff for clearing him. You got to look at Arteta for selecting him. And one of my, I'm sorry to keep going, but one of my damn,
gripes.
I forgot to. I was gonna say beefs. But one of my gripes was, why does Arteta leave him out there? late. I could see starting him and giving him a shot, but the last 15 minutes, maybe give somebody a run out who gives a shit. You know what I mean? Like maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. I mean,
what do I know? You know, $350 a week. He's
this
living
always
a life.
gets to be a weird situation where it's like, I guess you still have something to play for. So that's why you're playing some guys and not others, but
he wasn't going to score
today.
today.
Man, what are you playing for? I guess you got to play for 7th place since you got a shot at it.
Yeah, but based on the 70 minutes of what you saw of Abba today, he wasn't going to score a goal today. And I know that's easy to say in hindsight, but maybe give a youngster a chance to maybe come out and be a hero. And he'll say I did that with Martinelli, but
I mean, Martinelli, you brought him in late, everybody has to believe that there's some vision that Martinelli's on the pitch next season, like starting, I would think,
right.
or at least getting a lot of games.
Right. It's because it's starting to make
games right now this is all good work time for him. Like, right. I think he should be playing. Like,
and we're playing for something too. So it's
we're playing for something.
Good pressure, good experience. It would be great for him to be getting it. And the more he plays this game with Martinelli and not playing him sometimes, and sometimes you play him, it's really starting to make him look bad as far as his management and how he's selecting the team. For each week. Yeah. He did the same thing. Go ahead.
Well, and what Arteta could. What happens sometimes is that he's waiting for the perfect situation. He's waiting to get Martinelli worked into with the main crew, and another injury occurs.
Right.
And all of a sudden you're drug out like 2 more years because you're dealing with what you believe is a true talent, but he's now injured again. And so the point being is, when you're young, up and coming talent is able to play, you should be doing everything you can to get him more. All right, you brought him off the bench today, but you know what? How about a little earlier? Let's get him. Let's get him 30 minutes, not 18. You look at how knackered Saka looks. Yeah, just tired. It's been a long season. He's played a lot. Well, some of those games you could have played Martinelli in, especially when Saka was playing up high on the left. Yep. That's a classic example. You're not going to lose much defensively because Martinelli works hard and he gets back. So why not, when instead of playing Saka so many games to the point where he just, he's exhausted right now, completely knackered. Those are some of the games you play Martinelli in throughout the season. And that would solve both issues, giving Martinelli time and resting Saka at the same time. The easy solution. What am I? Am I a soccer manager? Yeah.
Excuse me.
Which, you know what? On that same note, in a little bit when we start talking about after the game, but that's kind of the whole theme for me about next season and who do we want on our squad and who we should let go and blah blah blah. Like, not only considered what's our best 11 we could put on the pitch and do we need to go get somebody, but we need to make sure we got reserves. We need to have reserves.
Did Willock score another goal today?
Another.
That's 6.
He's now set the Premier League record, the youngest player ever to score in 6 consecutive games.
Right. There you go.
And for some reason,
and you said it right when we sent him out. Like, he's a player that I think you thought he should have stayed. He could have helped out with, depth.
Yeah.
That was what I thought was weird too, because it looked like Arteta was giving him a chance,
Yeah.
Whereas Maitland-Niles was, for some reason, he
only played him when he was forced.
He played great down the stretch last year. Won the FA Cup, and that was it.
Yeah.
Thanks for filling in at left back. You did great, but I don't have no time for you.
I sure don't want, I just hope the atmosphere isn't so shaky that like anytime that you go away for 2 weeks, Like, you don't know what is going to happen when you come back. Oh, Arteta's decided that El Nini's our striker now. And,
you just don't know. You never know. And back to Arteta staying. Aubameyang playing the whole game. My brother brought up a good point. He's scared to take him out because of what happened last game. Alba got all butthurt. Yeah. You know what I mean? And, he talking about it's my way or the highway, but this is, a situation where Alba didn't have it today. You got options. We weren't losing. I could see if we were losing, maybe Alba can do something incredible and get the goal. But, you got options. Don't be scared. Don't worry about it. He'll be fine. But no. Anyway, I'm done beating up Alba. What else we got? So, terrible. Go ahead.
While we were mentioning Saka, but we did get a glimpse of Saka, Tierney working that left side for a beautiful goal to Pepe.
Beautiful.
Pepe finished it with his right.
Was in the middle of the pitch too. He was in position to score that goal, and Pepe as a number 9. It'll be less dribbling and oh gosh, fake, cut in on my left, lose the ball. It'll be a lot less more of that out wide. But I thought that was beautiful. That was well worked. That was classic, dare I say, Saka and Tierney. With their chemistry, beautiful back heel by Saka.
I mean, even the eye contact and the point, they looked at each other. He said, "I'm going that way." He said, "Okay." And Tierney was like, "I'm slipping in." And
right, and that's the thing with Saka. Like a lot of people, he looked tired. He's knackered. He's young. He's had a long season, but you still see, you could tell he's going to be a great player because he did that today. You know what I mean? Yeah. He contributed it to a goal.
I can see it set up, and I was still wondering, can Saka get it to him?
Right.
No problem.
No problem at all.
He did a little back heel and just flicked it right on the ground, waited beautifully.
No problem at all. And shout out to Chambers, who looked like he got his ankle broke early. Could have easily been a red card. This ref was terrible. The announcer was terrible. Didn't see much in that. El Nini's getting elbowed in the throat, but anyway, Chambers, the way he crosses and his control and the way he tries to play football, he's like, let's go out here and play some football type of guy, where you don't see that from like Bellerin or other fools out there. He's trying.
Like what I said last week, man. You know what? He's a guy that will accept being a club player.
Oh, yeah.
He's valuable defensively to us because he can play that right or he can play center back, either one.
He can play several positions.
And defensively, we're always in some position at one point where it's like, oh, we got injuries and we got to start somebody. I don't have a problem Chambers starting. I think we should definitely attempt to find a right back that's probably even more talented than Chambers. But I don't have a problem with him being my backup right back for that guy.
Exactly. Exactly.
Like he's a warrior. He fights hard. He puts in beautiful crosses. I like his crosses.
He's got a variety of them, and he's aware. Like his awareness. He knows what's going on. He's trying to play some damn football.
Yeah.
And he's one of those players. I don't have a problem with him staying and being a squad player and filling in when he needs to. And,
and like I said, I mean, those guys are valuable because I believe he would be fine and happy with that position to just be on the team that he's always grew up with and he's been there.
Right.
When you bring somebody from another team to your squad and then he slips into that spot where it's like, I might start you. I'm not sure if I got time. That guy's thinking in his head, I made a huge mistake. Why did I come here? I didn't want to come here to be toiled with. I came here because I want to play.
Right. And you already know.
You got to hold on to your Chambers and your Willocks and people like that because they've been here and they understand Arsenal. They love the place. They want to win for us. You need those players.
You got to have squad depth. I mean, come on. That's what killed Wenger.
Yes.
You know, that's what killed Wenger late in his career. We'd get to March and it would be over.
Yeah.
We'd be a club full of injuries, and we would just be scrapping
right
around.
About knockout stage in
Champions League.
In Champions League, the
team
we
was
just tuckered. That's it. They were out of gas. We had 9 injuries, and
Right. So yeah, squad depth is something we need, and we have those type of players that can fill in and be productive. And I think Chambers is one, Willock is one, and at the same time, they do offer enough competition for whoever's starting over them to keep their shit in order. Apparently that's, I don't know why all of a sudden he's playing Chambers, but it looks like Chambers took Bellerin's spot. Took it from him because he's in better form. And so if that's the way Arteta's going to play it, he's definitely a player we should be thinking about having on this team going forward as one of those, players for depth and ability. So
I'm going to include El Nini. I do the same thing. I try to keep him around because
people get mad at El Nini all the time, but you need people like that on your team to run and fill in. He might not pass the football forward all the time, but that's why you bring in somebody. You bring in that creative guy to do that. And it's not Partey.
Right.
Partey he should be playing like El Nini, running around, making tackles, not trying to do too much, not trying to make the fancy passes, just keep it nice and easy. But
I saw one at the end of the game where it was clear that, Partey, I need you to make some eye contact with the guy you're about to pass.
Right. Look at him.
He'll just throw a pass out there, and I'm thinking it's not the worst pass, except the guy that you were trying. He don't even know you trying to give it to him.
Just glance. You're trying to do no look passes, dude. Just glance over there at him. You know what I mean? Just all he has to do is play like he played at Atletico Madrid, where he was an enforcer. He just cruise around and blow up plays.
Please be happy blowing plays up and just not letting anybody get by you.
He's not taking shots outside the box playing for Diego Simeone. He would get his ass chewed out. You know what I mean? He's just running around, blowing up plays, being physical, being in the right spot, covering for people advancing, and playing that role. But here, for some reason, he thinks, he's Zidane.
Yeah.
Anyway, enough of that. Hopefully he gets his shit together going in the next, it's tough. It's tough getting accustomed.
He got signed right before the season started.
I'm not losing any faith in him. I'm just saying he needs to come to grips with what type of game he wants to play and really get acclimated with the Premiership and what's going on. You know what I mean? And it takes a while.
Yeah.
Leading into Pepe, I'm going to ask you a question. Is he getting used to the Premiership? Does he look more comfortable out there? Does he seem to,
Okay, here's
yeah, come on.
I was ready.
I mean, come on.
Here's my little, I'm going to call it maybe controversial take, but
whatever, dude.
Pepe absolutely should stay on our team.
I see. Yeah, come on. Yeah.
It still doesn't mean he's my starting pick.
Right.
But absolutely he could start against the 12th place team, the 15th place team, Carabao Cup, FA Cup.
You're a savage.
Europa. I'm just saying, if you got enough depth at some point on your squad, or like we're talking about spelling Saka, where Saka doesn't have to start every game, sure, Pepe should definitely be one of the guys considered to start. But I can't say that I want him to start over Saka or Martinelli, or if Aubameyang is here and we got another striker down the middle, then I still probably going to start Aubameyang. I don't know. Maybe not. I might have Pepe above Aubameyang now, but
yeah, I mean, if we
he showed out today. He showed you that he does have a shitload of talent, man.
I asked you is, does it look like he's getting acclimated to the Premier? It looks like he's kind of getting used to the Premiership. Now, don't get me wrong. He's still doing that, on the right. He's still doing that fake right, cut in on the left, and getting the ball took from him when he's surrounded by three people. He's still doing that. But today, he was fine. He was in position to score goals right around the box, and you don't really see that from him. So it looks like, he's making that adjustment, or he made the right run on the first goal to get on the end of that cross. And then on this one, the second one, to make it 3-1, he goes on a great run, controls the ball, and just, casually put it in the, slots it in there. And he just looked real comfortable doing it. So I hope so.
I don't know if it was a new technique or I think we were kind of coming at him from a different angle on the pitch with the pass.
Mm-hmm.
But he was slipping behind the defender, but he wasn't running all the way, but he was slipping behind the guy to get open for the pass, and they were seeing him.
Right.
And they kept passing it to him.
And that's a good point.
Hey, if that's how you want to get the ball into some type of position, I'm fine with that.
That's a good point, because I have noticed throughout his career at Arsenal, he does make good runs, but nobody there to pat. Like if Ozil was out, I'm just using this as an example. Somebody with that speed of thought who sees those runs before they happen and puts it into space. Because you're right, Pepe he makes nice little runs, kind of like ESR. He's always kind of trying to find the slot to get the ball.
He keeps his feet moving, and kind of. Yeah,
but when he has to get it, like when they roll it to him and he's kind of got to wait for it out wide right, you're like, he's gonna lose the ball because he's got to wait for it, and then that gives him opportunity to do his little trick and try to cut it on the left. And people are used to that now, especially from the right.
That's kind of what I was talking about.
And he's an incredible dribbler.
That angle the pass comes into him.
Yeah.
Like that other situation you were just talking about where he seems to kind of slow it up all the time is that pass comes from like behind him a lot.
Right.
And I don't think he has the run to just grab the ball and try to run by somebody.
Right.
But the threat that he might makes defenders play him a certain way. So the pass started coming from like the middle of the pitch to him. And he had found little pockets to anyway, you know what, he did really good. But like you said, he won't, if he receives it, he won't go around the guy.
Oh, he's going to pretend like he is.
Passing it to ESR. This is the third week in a row. I keep saying it. ESR is trying to find somebody to play with him, man. And he can't find anybody that try to play a little two-man game with him sometimes,
Yeah.
Every time Pepe received it and ESR tried to slide in between, Pepe chose to dribble it back into the middle of the pitch again. And I'm like, we're just wasting ESR. We got to find him.
What I think is the problem is everybody needs to get on Pepe's page. And once that happens, we'll take off. Now, I don't know, but I hope going into next year, God willing, he gets his shit, like it just clicks and he gets it, because he is a special talent who does incredible things sometimes. It's just, it's too bad the majority of the time you're just like, man, come on, like pass it, move, do something. So we'll see.
My eye test tells me the way defenders worry about him.
Yeah.
That I know he's dangerous.
Would you
get worried, and they got to play him certain ways, and he oftentimes can kind of try to dribble around you. And
would you trade like this? Just say we could trade. Would you trade Zaha for Pepe?
See, I know, because that was the connection when we signed him, was that we might sign Zaha.
Right. For the way we play. Yeah. Which one would you want?
So everything makes me want to like Zaha.
The stars, but I
really don't.
He's a spaz.
He gives you effort, and he's strong for a fast guy.
Yeah, he's kind of big,
but
too.
I don't think he's really that skilled with the ball on his feet. Like, I think he gives you more effort than he gives you like skill or class.
Right. It's that that industry, that English industry.
Like he's like more industry to him.
It's like he's trying to show that I'm really working hard out here. Look at me.
I'll run up a guy's back. No problem.
But
I'll run right up his back. But
I would take Pepe just because I think Pepe is a better goal scorer than Zaha. Once it clicks for Pepe and he gets used to it, and his players get used to how he wants to play, or Arteta figures out a way to get the best out of him, I think Pepe is going to be able to score lots of goals because he does it with ease. Like that last goal was just like, okay, cool, I'll just go score a goal. Or, all the goals he takes from outside the box.
I mean, that last one, though, was really classy, man. I mean,
yeah. I was like, oh, shit, he's going to lose the ball.
Yeah.
He just kept it,
There's this one little thing about that play, though. Like, I always talk about, like, with Abba, like, he kind of almost got forced into, like, all right, I'll take a run at you. Like, because the ball kind of went forward, and when he finally got to it, he was like, oh, well, all right, I'll take. I want you to put the defender at your mercy. So
he did
but I'm saying not always just kind of forced to make the run because that's where the ball is. But you set your mind up like, I'm gonna go right on you. I'm gonna go right on you. I'm gonna go right. And now he's biting right, and now you set him up for left. Or like you said, he could score a lot of goals. At some point, that could setting up a lot of goals too.
Definitely.
Because
and he can pick a pass
so worried about and he can pick a pass. So I mean, he has the ability to be dangerous.
That's what's so frustrating about him.
Yes.
That's what's so frustrating. You can see it. You can almost taste it with him. Like, but then it's just like, this guy. Kind of like Xhaka. Now I'm just playing anyway.
You heard that one, right?
What happened? I have not been online. I don't screw around.
Silly season's coming up. So the big three now are Bellerin, Xhaka,
and Leno.
Leno's been brought up, and now Leno is saying, I'm committed here and I want to stay here, and blah, 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 blah. But Bellerin, Xhaka, and Willian.
Oh, yeah, Willian, yeah.
All say that supposedly they're all leaving. Which I've heard Bellerin and Willian recently, Bellerin for a while, but the Xhaka name just came up.
But that's funny. Remember
I think we could replace him personally, but
I don't. It doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter. Like,
but the only thing that bugs me about some of this is like, how does, whether it's true or not, the rumor, how does that situation come up? Like, do you go and have a meeting with Arteta and tell him, like, hey, my intentions are that I don't want to return? And if you did that, when did you do that? And if you did that like a month ago, why is he still even bothering starting you? We have to move on. And don't act like you're everything so important on my squad that I must play you.
Right.
To
Arteta's credit, soon as a whisper came out that Bellerin wanted to leave, his ass ain't been playing since.
He's been on the bench.
So, but either way, who cares? Come on.
Well,
we got.
Except he did play the Villarreal game, right?
I think he did, yeah.
Yeah, a real important one.
Right, the second leg of that one.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? Anyway, okay. So we're about to end this, but before I go, I gotta, I gotta take a shot at Arteta.
Yeah,
it's becoming one of my, Now, I'm not saying I want him fired, which oh gosh, but and we're winning 1-0 going into halftime, and his whole thing was keep it tight and let's get out of here 1-0 against a sorry-ass Crystal Palace team that hasn't been winning matches. Go out and try to put this team away early before we give up a goal, because we're going to give up one, especially on a set piece with Benteke. Yeah. It's just bound to happen. He's throwing his body around. He's being aggressive and physical.
Yep.
Dudes that do that against us, they score goals. So that's my only knock. It's like, come on, dude.
Yeah.
Push the team. Try to hurry up and put the game away so I don't have to sit around and worry and shit.
I'm going to add a little antidote to that.
Okay, go ahead. Let's get out of here.
I think we probably would have had more push if we had somebody else besides Aubameyang up top. We did dominate possession and we moved the ball around pretty well, but it didn't. It didn't translate into the final third. I mean, into taking shots.
I'll give you that.
But you're handicapping yourself, Arteta. This is your squad.
You know, you got Locke on the bench.
This is your squad. And if Abba's not giving you what you want or expect, or maybe he's just off right now.
He's got malaria
it's
still.
Your squad. Don't be afraid to make the decisions that you have to make to keep your job, to try to win games.
Huge
to have
match.
The right mentality on the pitch. That's your job. So
Huge
do
match.
Your job. Yeah.
Huge match. We're trying to get into Europe. We still got a shot at it. We have to win this game.
Yep.
Just like we had to win against sorry-ass Fulham. And we shit that one away. Playing around and shit. And we tried to do it. We tried to do it today, but we got lucky and scored 2 late goals. Nobody will talk about that, but this is a huge match. If we're trying to be in Europe, you know,
hey,
huge.
Left it so late.
And
Left it off so late before
we're just cruising around trying to nick a 1-0 goal against a Crystal Palace team, and we're Arsenal. You know,
hey,
these are the little things.
Telling to our personality once again. After Benteke scored, Crystal Palace kind of got it going.
Right.
All of a sudden, they were down in our end of the field for a while, you know, and it was like, dude, what is up, dude? Like, everybody snap. Come on.
Let's go. And hold on a sec. So, anyway, it's been a hell of a year. It's all coming down.
West Ham was losing.
Well, did they lose? Hold on, let me see this.
They were losing to Big Sam. I don't know if it's over, but
let me see the standings.
That would leave 3 teams 1 point ahead of us.
Nah, they won.
They did?
So, of course, it's going to come down to whether Tottenham – we got to win regardless. But if Tottenham or Everton win, we're done. If they lose, then we got 7. They're on 59. We're on 58. You know, you think about all the little sorry-ass games we threw points away. The Fulham match.
Yeah.
I mean, so many. I didn't even want to go down to the Burnley matches. I mean, come on.
Right.
We can only blame ourselves. But, you know, as an Arsenal supporter for you know, over 20 years, you know, we do get lucky in these situations, you know, and it's making the end of the season a little more exciting to me because I want to see if we can get lucky one last time and get that 7th spot.
And it's
especially if Tottenham lose.
When Tottenham tied in with it.
If they lose and Everton lose and we win, it's going to be beautiful. It's going to be beautiful. Are you still there? You look like you're frozen in time. You look like you got to take a shit. Anyway, we're going to end it on that. Fitz is frozen. He lost his connection. So, we got Brighton. Do we have Brighton? Hold on. Yeah, we got Brighton. Last match of the season. It all boils down to this. So, thanks for tuning in. You can follow us on Twitter at CITM Podcast. That's where we have a link to all the different ways you can listen to the podcast and go over to our YouTube channel, Cotton Two Minds. Thanks for listening. Don't forget to share this show and peace. Look at Fitz. Look at his face.
Twisting, turning. That's a penalty, is it? No, he's still going. Oh, how about that? How about that?
Thank you for tuning into Cotton Two Minds. Please head on over to iTunes to subscribe, rate, and review. All feedback is much appreciated. And be sure to follow us on Twitter at CITM Podcasts, at Guna Rush, and at eMarshall Comedy. The music of this podcast is brought to you by Statics. If you like what you hear, please head on over to staticsmusic.com and be sure to follow them on Twitter and Instagram at Statics Music. That's STATX Music. Peace.